All right, good night. Welcome to Team Mountain Strong's call for September 12th, I think it is. Um, Thanks for getting on. Before we start, does anybody have any rank announcements? No? Okay. I know people are getting really close. Some people are getting close to diamonds. Some people are getting their emeralds back. And that's great. So I'm excited to shout people out when it's time. A couple things I wanted to talk about is to see if anybody who's going to Super Saturday or Super Sunday or Super Friday. Anybody? Kelly? Molly, did you find one near you?
Yeah, I did. There's one, if not probably maybe like an hour and a half for me. So I'm gonna try to work it out with Matt that I can get up there and go.
Awesome. Yeah. So I would try to get on and get your ticket. Usually there's like an Eventbrite
Okay.
site. Kim, I think, have you looked to see if there's one around you? I can help you look, but I think that would be Ashley. I'm like dying inside right now, by the way. Um, Kim, Katie, are you going?
Yeah,
What I just
Yeah,
unmuted you.
yeah,
Yes, awesome.
I'm
Okay.
going.
And then Stormy, do you even know what we're talking about? Yes. Did you look to see if there's anyone near you?
Yeah, I found one in Austin, less than an hour away, but I'm nervous to go by myself.
Oh my gosh, you have to go. So it's so funny because Tammy, who's on our team as well, she lives in the same neighborhood as I did, and I'm on the Denver Market Council, so I actually help put on these events for Denver. And it's really, really cool. Like if you ever in the future of your Beachbody business get offered an opportunity to be on the Market Council for your area, it's really cool. Like just for example, Joel is coming to ours in Denver, and we get to go and like have dinner with him and stuff Saturday night before the event. So it just is like, and you get to like, I've been interviewing two different people for success stories, a coach success story, and then a challenger success story. So the events, it's so weird, Molly, you're like sideways on here. Can you see that? Anyway, there you go. So if you can get to those events, like those are one of the things that are going to help grow your business. Not only, okay, that's fine, Katie. Not only will they help you grow your business, but one of the things I decided I was going to talk about tonight, I said I was going to talk about conversations and inviting. I'm more going to talk about building your confidence as a coach, because I think that's really relevant. Anyway, look it up, plan it. Stormy, you will meet so many amazing people there. If you go, you could make your goal to like introduce yourself to and meet 5 other coaches that might be in your local area, people that you could network with and like be success partners with you, people that you might feel like you vibe with. It doesn't matter that they're not on the same team. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be competing for people. Like it would just be someone, another, Kelly's had success partners on other teams before. Like you don't have to have somebody on our team. And Kim, I'll look into it for you to see what's local, if there's anything local around there. But so there's that. Our event is going to be awesome in Denver. I wish you guys were all local, but Tammy was telling me that she's really nervous, and I'm like, I'm on the Market Council and I'm your coach, and you're nervous? What? So I get that it's nerve wracking, but you just kind of have to like, it's just like everything else in coaching, just freaking do it, right?
Hey Laura, is it for coaches only or like if I have somebody who I'm trying to get to join who lives in Denver.
Oh yeah, no, you can bring guests, or they can. Sometimes there's like guest tickets, but you don't have to be a coach. So
Okay.
I mean, you just go on to the Eventbrite and buy a ticket. And if you
Sure.
have someone that you're doing, we can have her meet up with me or Tammy or whatever, so that she doesn't
Sure.
alone. But yeah, she should totally go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll message her and see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's kind of calculated and she needs some money. So I thought maybe if I bought her ticket and said, go meet up with Laura, my coach, and
yeah,
go.
yeah, that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
And then I wanted to tell you all about, I know Kelly Riley and Kelly Spencer have their own challenge groups going, but if you don't, I was going to do fall into fit, but I feel like it's like so boring. And so I changed it to like, fall, what did I call it? The Fall Jeans Project. I'm like really into using the word project right now for some reason, but the Fall Jeans Project, and it's just talking about, or meaning like the jeans that you want to get back into because it's becoming jean weather. So a little spin on that, but that's going to be prep week for that is going to be the 18th. So then the following week will be the start of the challenge group. So you have up until the following Monday to like try to invite people. I mean, you really could invite anybody at any time, but those are the start dates for that. So other than that, I kind of just wanted to talk tonight about confidence as a coach, because for those of you that know me, I've struggled with confidence my whole life, self-esteem, like never feeling good enough, never feel like I measure up. I've always struggled with that. And I can't lie, I still struggle with it sometimes with everything, including my business or I'm hard on myself if I don't do my daily behaviors or whatever. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about that and talk to you about some tips for becoming more confident in coaching. So the number one thing I feel like I see in coaches in general is fear. And whether it's fear that you're going to fail, fear that your friends are going to be pissed at you, fear that fear that you're not good enough, fear that you're not in shape enough to be coaching other people in shape, fear, just in general, fear. And so the best way to overcome fear is by taking action. And one of those things that you need to do is commit wholeheartedly to a program. So if it's been a while since you've committed wholeheartedly to a program, that is something you have to do. You have to commit to a program. If it's 21-day fix again, that's fine. If it's 3 weeks of Shift Shop, but commit to a program and commit to the nutrition plan. Because you have to share that journey, be like, hey, I fell off the wagon a little bit. I've done it many times, unfortunately. But I share about that because it's real life. And in general, most people aren't like diligent and like every day they're on it, so you will relate to people by sharing with them like, we went out of town for the weekend and then it was my kid's first day of school and blah, blah, blah. We all have these excuses, right? So share these things on social media, share before pictures or goodbye pictures or whatever you want to call them, but share that you're committed and prove everyone that you're afraid of disappointing wrong. Prove people who are like, it's just a fad, like she's going to be like, she'll be doing something else in a month or two. I mean, that was one of my biggest things when I started. One of my best friends at the time, who is no longer in my life, said something to the effect of like, it's just another fad. Like you just jump at anything that's new and exciting and ditch whatever else you're doing. And I thought a lot about it, and I truly don't feel like that's how I am, but I definitely have a little like squirrel brain, but I didn't think that. And so I freaking proved her wrong, obviously, because here I am like 28 months later and I'm still doing this, and I may fall off the wagon every few months, but I jump right back on. And the way that I jump back on is because I have all of you guys, and I have our challengers, and I have people that are looking to us for inspiration. So share that with people. Like, especially if you want to share about the coaching opportunity. If you have a challenger that's doing well and they're like, I can't afford Shakeology, share with them, well, one of the reasons I can afford Shakeology right now is because I'm coaching and it's made it easier. I don't really pay for it. I pay for it, but I'm making money. So it's like a win-win, because not only is it paying for my Shakeology, but it's keeping me on track, because if I'm coaching these people, I better be busting my butt along with them, right? So print out a menu or a calendar, draw it in, post it to Facebook, post it to your Instagram story, share with people what you're doing. Like, just because you're a coaches, I think sometimes we have the tendency to be like, oh, we can just kind of like do whatever we want because we're just we're not a brand new challenger and we don't have that 20 pounds to lose or whatever, but make sure that you're still showing people that you will recommit to a program or you'll commit with them. And you're going to build your own confidence by doing that, because you're like, oh, wow, I do fit into these jeans now and I feel pretty friggin' good about it. I do want to like sing it from the rooftops. And then you'll build followers because you'll be happy and inspirational. The second point I want to talk about, because I had it instance with this the other day, is product knowledge. I think some of us, like, we come in with 21 Day Fix, we learn about the 21 Day Fix, we maybe learn a little bit about Shakeology, but we don't really dive into learning about the products that we offer as a company, or that Beachbody offers, and we kind of like distribute for them, because it's not us selling the product, it's Beachbody. But understand what you're offering to people. So when they say, like, I have a bad knee, or whatever, or I can't have dairy, or whatever that may be, learn your product so that you know what you're offering people. I had an example the other day that someone reached out to me and they're like, yeah, I really want to start, but I've heard some things about Shakeology. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, what have you heard? And she's like, well, I'm just a little bit concerned with the sugar content. And I was like, I'm like, that's interesting. And I was like, I totally get that. I'm like, because it definitely has a higher sugar content than some of the protein shakes, which are not comparable, and are not as palatable, first of all. But the sugars in Shakeology come from fruit and other natural things in Shakeology. And quite honestly, one thing of Shakeology has less sugar than a glass of milk. People don't realize what the sugar content of other things, but immediately when they're buying something that they're not familiar with, or that they want to doubt it, you guys, because they don't want to buy the Shakeology. They don't want to believe that that's like going to make them feel better. They'd rather just buy a cheaper version of something else, right? So know your product so that when they, question you about it, that you feel like you can say something. One of the ways that you can learn about the product is if you go into your Coach online office. On the right side, there's all of the video library, and you can go in there and there's videos on everything, like every program, Shakeology, all of the supplements, the whole performance line. And like, to be honest, the performance line is something I haven't studied yet very much, so I need to, because I absolutely love Energize, but if somebody were to question me about it, I wouldn't really honestly know what to say. So you will have a lot more confidence if you have the knowledge behind your conversations. If you feel like you're like, Shakeology is a protein shake. It's not a protein shake. So if someone's like, I'm going to drink this other protein shake, be like, that's cool. You could drink a protein shake maybe after your workout or whatever, but Shakeology is going to change your life because it's a superfood shake, and it does this and makes me feel this way. And then with that, just in terms of conversations, if you guys haven't heard of the felt found method, that's a really good way to conversate with people. Oh, I totally know how you feel. I felt that way too. I thought it was outrageous. And then I drank it for a month and I felt like a rock star. And I realized that when all of the times I was trying to reduce my caloric intake to lose weight, I probably wasn't getting the nutritional content that I needed in my daily intake. And this made me feel a ton better. It decreased my cravings for sweets. It gave me better, more leveled, even-keeled energy throughout the day. I have it for quick meals on the go when I have to take my kids to soccer practice, whatever it may be. You definitely want to use your own personal experience, but you want to back it with knowledge of the products, which is all available to you. There's also like a Shakeology podcast, you guys. There's a YouTube channel for Shakeology. There are a lot of resources out there, but you just want to make sure that you're becoming familiar with the products. It's not a weight loss shake. It's not a protein shake. So you want to make sure that you're never advertising it as that. And then in terms of product knowledge, getting on team calls, because information is given during those, going to Summit, making Summit a priority, making the Super Saturdays, those are quarterly events, making those a non-negotiable on your calendar. Like, that's one weekend every 3 months that you're going to commit to your business, and you're going to commit to networking with other coaches. And I mean, you might find a coach that you run a kick-ass challenge group with. Like, you never know what you're going to come across. Not to mention, it's really fun. I mean, you listen to a little bit of lecture, you work out typically with a super trainer, if not, a top coach. You listen to top coaches, you listen to success stories. And then speaking of success, if you don't have a success partner, trying to date and find someone that you jive with. That's kind of what it's like finding a success partner, is like dating around, because it's, you might be like, hey, Ashley, like, let's chat. And then we're like, oh God, we just really, no. And that's okay. It doesn't mean either of us are bad people, but maybe we we don't, like how you have with a guy, like chemistry or no chemistry, right? So that's the second tip, all product stuff and using your resources that are available to you. Third tip, friggin' go for it. So stop getting in your head and worrying. And I do this all the freaking time, especially if I find myself out of the habit of doing my daily behaviors. I'll get in my head and I'm like, oh God, I have to go like message people or friend request people, or, I get really like negative about it, because some of it isn't fun, and it's not fun to like friend request 10 people and one person accepts you. And I'm like, oh, thanks. That's cool. I must look really cool on my Facebook page. But just remember that this is now an age of network marketing. So, typically, if you think about how you respond to a friend request, you usually go to their page and look at what look what's on there. So if your profile isn't public, first of all, a lot of people probably aren't going to accept your friend request. So that is a barrier, obviously. Mine is public, and you can always, Stormy, I know this is an issue for you, but you can always make your profile public and then make your specific posts to your son private, just to friends or something. It's something to think about, because, Kelly Joy said her connection's not good. Tried getting on 3 times. She's in the woods. So, she's not going to be on. Anyway, I just lost my train of thought, but, sit down tomorrow or tonight or whenever you feel inspiration. And if you haven't written your first list of 100 to 200 to 300 names of people in your life, you've got to do that. Let's see. Katie says she does the opposite. You do the opposite of what?
So I keep my profile private, but then make a lot of posts that I don't need to have private public.
Sure.
So
and that's another way to do it. Yeah.
You can see enough of it. So not just Shaco or Beachbody stuff or like my stuff, but like anything that I can make public, I do. And then a lot of things I have to leave private. Anything that because my husband's in the military, so I can't post a picture of us like at the ball. Well, that's not a good example, but a lot of things I can't post publicly. You know what I mean? But
yeah, that totally makes sense. That's perfect.
So I profile private, but anything I'm comfortable, and I try to change it up and make sure I put some light social things that are public. That way it doesn't just look obviously like a sales thing, but people can't just look at it, all the pictures of like my husband in uniform or the kids or anything like that. So.
Right. And that's why I feel like, especially I'm in actually a training for my business page, which is hopefully going to boost my business, but it's a training I paid for, and it's all independent. I go online and, do it. So I'm trying to direct traffic more towards my page. But in general, I found that when my profile pic was a professional picture, I wasn't getting as many friend acceptances, because people are like, oh shit, she's selling something. They didn't even go look. So now I haven't been doing anyway, for my personal Facebook page, any professional pictures. I wanted one forever. And then when I got one, it was I couldn't do it. I mean, it didn't help my business at all. So that's kind of a side note, but go make your list of 100 or 200 people, like your hairdresser, your dentist, the people in your neighborhood, like anybody. Make a list of everybody and just start making it every day. I'm gonna message 10 people and be like, hey, we have this awesome new jeans project challenge group coming up. You came to my mind. Do you have any interest in hearing more? Or if I send you some more information, will you read it? Will you check it out? I find that works better than do you have any interest in? If you say something like, if I send you this information on my health and fitness challenge group, will you check it out? And a lot of people will be like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then sometimes it goes further, sometimes it doesn't. But if you don't message those people, that's what you did in your insurance training, okay? If you don't message those people, they're definitely probably not going to join you because A, they maybe aren't even seeing you. Only 7% of your friends are actually seeing your posts. So if you're not posting consistently, and if you're not posting, you're not reaching that person for some reason, they may not even know you're coaching. So don't forget that. So that's that. Go for it. Make it a job. A project 200. Yeah, like 10 people a day, 20 people a day, whatever it is, or 5 days a week if you want to, however you want to do it, just make it a goal. The fourth thing, which you guys all know, but it's super important, is personal development. And there are specific books that gear you more towards coaching, which, like The Compound Effect, is an amazing book that if you all haven't read it, it's one you should order. It's just talking about how, I think the beginning example is if like someone offers you a penny or something that's going to double every day for 30 days or $1 million, which one would you choose? And I would like jump at the $1 million in a split second, right? Because fuck the penny that's going to like double. Yeah, I want the money now. So the penny becomes, I think, like, I wish I had my book with me. I don't know. It becomes like 300 million or 3 million or something. Like, it's definitely the penny because it slowly, step by step, it gets better. It increases in value and it's doubling every time from its original. So Compound Effect is great. Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, I actually haven't read, but I've heard really good things about it. Go for No is great. Eat That Frog is great. But if you need help with books that maybe, or, if you have a ride to work or whatever, or you want to go running and you want to listen to personal development, those are all good ones. There's also podcasts with entrepreneurs and different ways to like stay and feel inspired in your business, because it's not like smooth sailing all the time. Like, I have had months that are amazing and I'm like, I'm SC24, what's up? And then the next month I like can't even hit SC6 for the life of me until I do. Obviously I have, but and speaking of that, for the first 2 years of my business, my goals initially when I started, because I had such high SC numbers when I first started, my goal was SC10. And on month 3 in July of 2015, I won't forget it, I signed up my 5th person at like 10:20 Colorado time. So it did not count towards my SC. So I had SC8 for July. And that, for whatever reason, gave me this like, okay, like, all right, I didn't do it. I was pissed. And I was like, then I don't need to hit it. Like, I'm fine. And so I'm an SC legend. I've hit SC for 24 months, but I'm not an SC10 legend because I kind of like lowered the bar for myself so that I wouldn't be disappointed in myself. It's fine to like have SC6 be your goal. But I would definitely make SC10 your goal. And, to Stormy, who's new on here and hitting high numbers, like, know that your numbers, it will be more of a struggle when your warm market is gone. And that is something that's like a dip in an entrepreneur business. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you can't hit SC10. It just might mean you have to work a little bit harder for it. So I think sometimes, we forget that we're going to have these lulls or lows in our business. And that's when we have to like, think of something different. Like, Dana and I this month came up with this like exclusive challenge group. And I actually got so much interest on it because we called it exclusive, I truly wasn't letting in new, like, more than a handful of new people. I tried to like really build a lot of hype with it. So there are things you can do, obviously, when you have lulls in your business, but we all have them. Kelly Riley is a great SC example. Like she, always hits SC, always, always, always. And then one month she didn't. And it was like, she was pissed. Like, I remember it. And now she, since then, has been like, hell no, I'm hitting SC every month, and is back at it. She didn't use it as an excuse to not continue. And she just kind of accepted the fact that that happens sometimes. Like it does to all of us, like even those of us who are more seasoned. So I think sometimes too, if you expect the lows in your business, it won't be as like heartbreaking, because I think it can be sometimes like you work hard and you want to like reap the benefits and be helping all these people, and then you're like, wait, where did everybody go? Why is there no one messaging me back? What's going on? So make your goals. Like if you want to be emerald by whatever date, you want to be diamond by whatever date, you want to be a success starter and earn your ticket to summit, you want to hit SC5 every month, or really it's SC6. I don't even think we get 1 point for anything anymore. We used to only get 1 point for Shakeology orders. Now you guys get 2, which is awesome. So SC6 or SC10, make your goals, write them down, put them in front of you, start organizing it, start treating this like a business. And that's like the hard thing for me sometimes, because I'm not the best work from home person. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go do this. And oh, I'm going to go do that. And the laundry needs to be done. And this needs to be done. If it's a business and you want to make money, you got to work. So it's just, you got to treat it like a business. If you want a side income or a full-time income or whatever it is, treat it like a business. So on that note, that's mostly what I have. But don't just get on this call and listen to me run my mouth. Take action. Stormy just went somewhere. Take action on the information that we give you on these calls, because we give these calls to bring us together, but we also run these calls to try to help share things that have or haven't worked for us, or ways that we have helped our businesses succeed. So that's kind of all I have. Do you guys have any questions or comments? Anybody? You try to unmute yourself, Kelly? No. Oh, thanks. I thought you were trying to unmute yourself. Anything you want to add?
Something.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Jumped on your call from work. What?
I'm so psyched.
But to kind of go along with the theme of this call, talking about confidence, I saw a bunch of upline coaches reading this, and it's called the 5-second rule. I think it's probably backwards. So like watch this in a mirror.
No, it looks good.
Good. Okay. But I recently started reading that just because there are some people that intimidate the heck out of me. And so I picked up this book to kind of help. For whatever reason, people that do their hair really well, people that do makeup well, and the doctors that I work with scare me. So I got this book, and it really is kind of teaching me to kind of like, you know what? Everyone's human. You can do it too. So if you are kind of struggling with your confidence, even if it's just like in a certain amount of people, I highly recommend the book. I'm only a few pages into it, but it's really good. So there's another one.
That's awesome. I agree. I had a doctor that I work with sign up last month, and it was like, whoa, because I feel like I'm super intimidated to ever talk to doctors about what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, she's a doctor, she wouldn't enjoy me, or whatever. Like I have these preconceived notions in my head about people that wouldn't enjoy me. And this physician came to me and was like, I watch you on Facebook. You're so inspiring. Like, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, I mean, I think I want to read that. I need that too, because I have groups of people that I'm totally intimidated by. Well, interestingly enough, though, Kelly Riley on this call was someone that I was intimidated by, because she was like a cool girl in high school, and I can't remember. I think she must have come to me initially, but then like, I was always very intimidated to be her coach initially. Like now I don't care. I'm not intimidated by you. Sorry.
Now you're just like,
whatever. No, but I mean, she was older than I was. Like she was.
Hey.
I mean, so much older. Like just really old. But no, she was a few years ahead of me in high school. So it was just like, you have these people that you're intimidated by, and it's like really silly, because Kelly's like this super integral part of my team now. And like, what would be if she wasn't here, So you got to get out of your own way sometimes. And I know we all get in our own way a lot of the time. So that's my piece for tonight.
Any thoughts on, like, I have people messaging me all the time with interest, or like, yeah, I'm in, but they think it's like something that's free that they don't need to like.
So when they say, yeah, I'm in, how do you respond?
I don't know. I
So
think it kind of depends
like,
on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're interested. Like, tell me about your health and fitness currently. What are your goals?
Sure,
Like,
that's probably where I need to take it.
Like you just like maybe you're gonna like have a conversation for 5-10 days after that about their goals, about like do a lot of like, oh, I totally felt that way too. I used to go to the gym and like wander around like a weirdo because I like didn't know what to do and like pick up a free weight and be like, oh, there's 10 reps. I think I'm good. Like I didn't know what to do. And I was like I went to the gym, like it just amazes me. I really didn't know what I was doing. So, relate to people, listen to them, relate to them, tell them, pick out their pain points and provide them a solution.
Sure.
So build value, because if you're just like, oh, great, $160, and they're like, whoa, I thought this was a free group, and then they're like gone and they ghost you and they'll never talk to you again.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah, that makes sense. It still astounds me though how many people think it's so expensive, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
I had someone write the other day and they're like, well, this sounds great, but does it cost money? And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Obviously, like everything costs money. Come on.
Yeah. But even when people are like, it's so expensive, I'm like, I guarantee you I can find $160 in your budget that you've spent on shit.
Right, like your nails 3 times or getting
exactly.
Whatever. Yeah.
Or the 5 Starbucks runs that you made. And
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
But people don't see it until they are in a better lifestyle. Like,
sure.
And for whatever reason, whatever they've done before hasn't worked. So for them to think they're going to spend $160 on something that's not going to work again, like they don't see that there's a potential. They just see it as, so the more you build it up and the more, you just talk to them. And like I said, when you ask them all those questions, usually there's a lot that comes out of it. Like they're, don't have enough time to get to the gym, or their energy levels down. Like all these things that then you can kind of build up and make it so much more worthwhile. And then, worst case, give it a go. There's no issues to stop if it doesn't help you. And you just give them a great month or 2 and they're going to love it.
Yep.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments?
I have one more thing to add that it kind of dawned on me today. When I first started my health and fitness journey, or whatever you prefer to call it, I didn't like save my old pants or any of my old clothes. Like I had this box in my house, and every time I put something on and either didn't feel good or it was too big, I just donated it. And I really wish I would have kept like one pair of those big mama jammas that I no longer fit into, because saying that I went from a size 12 to a size 6 in a matter of a few months, it sounds cool, but showing that and being able to post a picture of that, I think really triggers it. So for anyone new on their journey, like I really wish I would have done that. And that's an awesome idea. And even now, like I'm still going through different changes, and I had a pair of pants today that didn't fit. And my first response was, I'm going to get rid of these. And then I'm like, wait. And so I saved them. So as silly as that sounds, I wish I would have started that sooner. And now I'm telling my coaches that too. So
that's great. I never think to tell my challengers that, but like just to feel how far they've come too,
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, ladies, I know it's late you guys are all on the East Coast. No, Molly, you're an hour ahead?
Yeah. Yep. Midwest.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't I can see Kim is tired. She was like, 9 is kind of my bedtime. I'm like, you can do it. Come on. I'm struggling, you guys, with our team call. My daughter actually happened to go to sleep when she got home from school, and she's still sleeping. But she, it's like bedtime, and it's so hard with school right now because it's like dinner and then bed. And so I don't know. I haven't figured out how I'm going to make it work in my life, but 7 o'clock helped me a lot tonight so that I can make dinner and have it on the table and ready and like done. So we'll see. But I appreciate you all getting on and taking the time, and I love seeing your faces. And I'll let you go to sleep now, Kimmy. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
How do I end this meeting? Oh, there we go.